According to what I've read, your self-titled CD has just about blown the gates off the bluegrass corral.
Well, we don't think so. We're just blessed that people are buying it, and blessed, and thankful for those who do like the CD. We're very thankful for that.
Well, let's talk about that CD that I've been listening to in the truck for the last 2 days. Debuted #2 on the Billboard Bluegrass charts.
Yep.
Let's talk about your first single out, By the Mark.
By the Mark.
Song. How many weeks was that #1?
It was four weeks on Sirius, and it's the first time that's they've ever had a song to stay 4 weeks. And the way that it did that was by the popularity of people calling in, emailing, requesting the song.
We thank the fans for that. The fans really have just been such a blessing to us, and the people who come out and see us and buy our CDs they're such wonderful folks, and we love them. Bluegrass fans are the best.
The best in the world.
The best in the world.
Let's talk about some more of the other songs here. You picked out 3 songs that the Statler Brothers had out. Why'd you do the Statler Brothers songs?
I'm a big Statler fan, and Darrin and I become really good friends with the Statler Brothers, and Jimmy Fortune, the tenor singer for the Statlers. We've spent a lot of time with Jimmy. Actually, we're going to do a Dailey Vincent and Fortune tour next year. We're going to do some Statler hits and some of our songs together and trio, and then we got some exciting news that we can't mention right now that'll be coming up about us and the Statler Brothers that we'll be talking about after a while. But
is that going to be coming up on your website?
Yes, it will.
All right, so we'll talk. Make sure that website gets mentioned there.
DaileyVincent.com.
There you go. Easy enough.
But I started looking. I remembered as a kid I'd always loved the Statler Brothers, and I started going through their material, thinking, there might be something, since they're retired now, that we could pull out and bring back. And when I heard More Than a Name on a Wall, it just really, I said, this is the one. This is the one that we want to cut, that we want to record, and Jimmy wrote it. So we went ahead and cut the song, got to know Jimmy, and then Jimmy called and said, Jamie, I'd like for you and Darrin to come to Washington, D.C. and sing at the Vietnam Memorial Wall with me and sing this song. And Darrin and I went, and it was the most humbling experience that we'd ever had, and we were just very sad and just... We read names from the wall, and
it commemorated the 25th anniversary of the wall in Washington, D.C.
Yes,
and you'll find no more patriotic people than Darrin Vincent and myself. We love the United States of America. Between the two of us, we've traveled through about 25 or 30 foreign countries and every state in the Union, and so we're just very thankful.
That had to be a highlight in your career. Of your entire career with Ricky Skaggs and all that, just standing there, and you with Doyle Lawson, of course.
We were both touched.
That had to be.
I just, it was hard to stand, in front of these people that has given their ultimate sacrifice for our country, and we just can't think. We pray for our troops
every day.
Every day. My family, our church,
Absolutely.
Jamie and I, and we. Jeff Parker, our mandolin player, he has 2 sons that's over in Iraq right now. So we pray for them daily, and not just them, but all of our troops. And we just thank all the veterans and all their families, because their families go through a bunch as well.
And also soon we'll be visiting the soldiers in the hospital. We're going to be making some rounds to some bases and actually going in and talking to them and singing for them, whatever it takes. But we can't thank our men and women in service enough for what they've done for our country.
Let's talk about a few more songs on the album.
Sweet Carrie was an old song that Darrin found.
Oh, okay.
It was a good Al Wood song.
Was it? All right.
And it's a great song. It's actually entered the bluegrass charts right now, and we're very thankful for that.
You have an a cappella song on that album.
Actually, we're getting ready to release a new record on Rounder Records.
It's
all a cappella.
Okay. And you wrote one, Poor Boy Working Blues.
Poor Boy Working Blues, I wrote about 15 years ago. And I recorded it with Doyle Lawson and Quicksilver in my earlier days there. And when we started Dailey and Vincent, I got to thinking about the songs that I had written. Well, they're my songs and my arrangements. And so I brought them with me when we started Dailey and Vincent. We decided we would record it.
I felt they were strong songs, and he did too, and we felt like the record needed to come up with something that he had written, something that's fresh,
How many gospel songs on that album?
There's 4 gospel songs on the record, and we love gospel music. We believe in what we're singing about. We let people know that we're not perfect by any means.
Nobody is.
And don't put us on a pedestal, because we don't belong there. but we believe in what we're singing about.
How many upbeat tunes are on there?
There's a lot of upbeat
Upbeat.
songs on there, about 5,
Yeah.
I think.
There's a ton of
Yeah,
there's
a ton of
everything
upbeat
you can
songs.
think of on this record.
Okay.
Yeah, just go to daileyvincent.com and purchase it.
Dailey.
There you
And we
go.
have a MySpace, and go to rounderrecords.com and just look us up. We're there.
You debuted as Dailey Vincent October 6th at the IBMA show on a Saturday.
We did. Our first
How was that?
paid.
Your knees were shaking?
I'll tell you what,
Yeah,
it was
it was tough for us because man, we didn't know what to expect. You never know when you step out from people like Doyle or Ricky how
Right.
people are going to
Exactly.
take you. But our first paid performance was more nerve-wracking than anything, and that was the Grand Ole Opry. And
That was my
Ryman.
next step. That was the next
And
question.
we couldn't feel our legs. We
No.
couldn't feel our, and both of us have played that so many times.
Yeah.
I know. But it's different to go out on your own. So I told her, I said, I think to kick off our career, if we're a duet, I said, let's leave the band off to the side. Let's go out, just the two of us,
Yeah.
and do the first song by ourselves. And so Jenny Seeley brought us on, and we went out and did By the Mark. And then we brought the band out and introduced the band.
You go back to the Opry with the Sally Mountain show.
yeah.
You were this big when you
I
were
know
out
it.
there.
He's
I
still
know
that big.
Yeah, we debuted on the TV portion of the Grand Ole Opry with Dale Reeves with our family group.
I remember
yeah.
that.
What song did you sing?
I don't even remember what it was. I just know I was there.
But you were out there with Ricky how many times? Hundreds of times.
Yeah,
and
I
you were
was
out
there
with
for almost
Doyle
11
hundreds
years.
of times.
Yeah.
But as a duo,
It's a different deal.
no kidding.
Yeah.
So different, huh?
It's
a whole
lot-
new
It's a whole
experience.
new experience.
Man,
Yes.
I would never believe that because you guys are veterans on that stage, you know?
Yeah, but it's when you go out to sing your music, your style, your arrangements.
Right.
It's just a whole different ball game.
And to stand in the stand where everybody else had
Oh, in a
been
circle. Oh,
and
you were in
reach
the
that
Ryman, though.
plateau. Yeah, we was at the
Yeah,
Ryman.
Ryman.
And to be there where Elvis, Patsy Cline, Hank Williams,
Unbelievable.
Bill Monroe, all those greats have stood and really make their landmark performances. It was wild.
Your knees were shaking?
Yeah, I don't even think I had any knees that night.
I kept saying, "What's that noise?"